My name is Joshua Witt. I'm a clinical therapist at Northwood Health Systems in Wheeling, West Virginia. In my own words, psychosis, I would term psychosis as a breach from reality, a disconnect from reality. It's very important to remember psychosis is a symptom of a deeper-seated neurological condition, mental health issue, what have you. It's not necessarily a diagnosis in and of itself. Psychosis is more along the lines of something you experience when you're going through, say, a manic episode. It can stem from major depressive disorder, bipolar 1, bipolar 2, borderline personality disorder, schizophrenia, schizoaffective disorder, all of the above.
My name is Andrea Lefebvre, and I'm a psychologist. When I first was going through this mental health extreme state experience, it was a culmination of a lot of really stressful situations that occurred, and ultimately I had what I best can describe as a psychotic break, where I started hearing things that weren't there and seeing things that weren't there. It was sometimes hard to be in conversation with somebody because I'd hear like funny color commentary going on in the background that was like very much distinct from my own way of thinking. And then after a while though, I was having a hard time distinguishing between, it was very confusing, like what's real, what's not real. To step into your story, step into your truth, as my one client would say, to stand in my truth and be like, yeah, this is who it is, this is who I am, this is what I've been through, can be make you feel very vulnerable. And it took me several years to get from just having gone through the very raw experience and feeling very scared and very confused to, what do you want to know? A lot of us are going through this, and that sharing our stories helps us heal, helps us get better, helps us process whatever we need to process. And when we kind of can like work through all that stuff, it's so much easier to carry those memories, those difficult experiences. It's about education and about support and about hope. And I think a lot of those things die when you hide them.
It comes down to 4 words. It's you are not alone. A lot of individuals who go through those bouts of psychosis or those periods of mental health issues feel very alone in their struggle. It's a very isolatory condition. It doesn't want you to go out and socialize. It wants you to stay very within yourself so it can control you. And it's very debilitating when that happens, because individuals are so conditioned and wired to connect with other people that when they don't have the ability to connect, they don't feel as if they are even human. The onset doesn't happen just right then and there. It's something that takes some time to happen. You tend to see self-harming behaviors, things of that nature, anything that's going to basically attack the individual. Not everybody's going to experience the same kind of symptomology or the same severity or intensity. It's very important not only to acknowledge the signs when they're happening early, but to do something about them. The sooner you can kind of identify what's going on, the sooner it can be treated. You can't really solve an equation if you don't have all the variables attached to the equation.
There's no one size fits all. I mean, there are certain risk factors, but it can happen to anybody. And so that's why it's important to have these types of conversations out there in the public so that people can hopefully in some way destigmatize what's going on and be less afraid to have these conversations in the family and talk about it in a respectful way where it doesn't make the person experiencing it feel, like they're just this horrible person, and like double down on the shame. Just to hold the space lightly. And by that I mean listen in a matter-of-fact sort of a way and manage your own anxiety. That's something that like a lot of loved ones can work on. Quiet Minds can very much be like a lighthouse for people that are really struggling with emotions, kind of like how somebody might be struggling in the waves or maybe a ship at sea and just feel very much lost. And to see something that's like a beacon of hope out there that allows them to say, oh, here's some direction. Here's a point where I can focus on, allowing me to know that, okay, I'm safe, I'm supported, and it's going to be all right. So those would be the things that I'd want to provide. Safety, patience, humor, hope, somebody to just kind of walk with me while I figure things out. An opportunity to not be defined by their experience, but to be able to write their own story.